For those of you unfamiliar with Barrett Jackson, it is a no-reserve car auction where a car can go for $1 or $1 million, depending if the bidders want the same car as you. In my case, I'm going there just to spectate unless there's a bargain where I must get the car.
1 week later.
2,000 cars may seem like a few, but seeing 2,000 cars in real life is a whole different story. Some of the more exclusive cars that are worth more than my house are kept behind ropes. But for the most part, the cars are just sub $150,000 cars that you can just walk up to and inspect, especially the cars sitting outside. Which to the previous night before we got there was a dust storm, so all the cars sitting outside had a layer of dust on them, which some of the non-intellectuals had to leave their mark on some of the cars. After looking at the cars, we heard tires screeching and decided to check it out. We realized that you could ride with a driver and ride around the track in a Dodge or Toyota. So after giving all my personal information away, I got to take a ride around the track.
It's a little easier when it's not your tires, not your car. Let's go!
It's a lot faster than his! Jeepers creepers! What do you rate your experience as? That's a lot of fingers.
10 out of 10.
We decided after being terrified that we were hungry and decided to go to the many food vendors. Which, how much would you think this meal would cost? $5? Maybe $10? Nope, $20 for some chicken strips and fries. Then after the meal we decided to take a break in the staging lanes before the car auction started. And then we met the myth, the legend, the hoopty hoarder himself, Tyler Hoover of Hoovies Garage. So we talked to him a bit, and of course I tried to sell him my Crown Victoria, but sadly he passed on that great deal. Once we were done talking to him, it was time for the auction, and after watching for a while, it was time to call it quits for the day.
42, and high. It's up $40,000 on the internet.
Day 2, we decided to go to Gateway Classic Cars in Phoenix, Arizona. Which if you've never been there, I'll just describe it to you. It's a very large warehouse with lots of cars for very unreasonable prices. I thought to myself, how does this place make money when there's a million other deals out there? Who knows? Then we thought we never would get in this place due to the exclusiveness, but the security was really securing this place, so we just kind of walked in. Which we saw many interesting and exotic cars, such as this Gullwing Mercedes, which is like $1.5 million car, and you could just walk right up to it. We saw many concourse condition cars and talked to many well-off people with their leather, shoes, and cigars. How does it feel to sneak in? And during this time, I heard that a car lift at Barrett Jackson failed, destroying a '55 Chevy. But like all good things, it had to come to an end eventually, and we flew home. But what was my favorite car I saw, you may ask? Well, you see, many cars in Arizona have no rust because not needing to salt the roads due to snow. Even the traffic on the road has some interesting cars driving around in pristine condition. And I saw a car that I haven't seen in years due to salt and bad engineering, which is this 1999 Cadillac DeVille, which somehow hasn't blown up yet. Yes, that was my favorite car because it's still existing somehow.